Alright, the purpose of this video is to get a little bit more hands-on with this magnificent PC that I'm selling. I did a bunch of research and got all the parts and made everything aesthetically appealing. It's all red and black. I like red because it emits a longer wavelength. Doesn't light up your whole room. So the red and black, everything awesome, including the mouse and keyboard. First thing, turn it on. Right here's the power button. Show you how fast it boots up. There's the BIOS screen, MSI, motherboard. And we're ready to go. Password, just the same. New space owner. And there it is, ready to go. This PC is super fast, mainly because of the very nice SSD that's installed, which I'll be running through. So this video is going to be long, but I know if you're interested in it, you'll appreciate it. This right here, I downloaded the Synapse for the DeathAdder mouse. You just have to create an account, and then you'll be able to change the LED. Right now I got it set, it's a chroma, so I got it set on red to match everything else nicely. But other than that, this is Windows 10, clean, ready to go. I'll get into that in a minute. Let's go ahead and run around the case. So I really like this case. I selected it for its sleekness. Doesn't have anything weird sticking out of it, making it look, all awkward and stuff. It's very, very clean, very nice. Okay, so let's go ahead. It's got a front door with two 120s down there. And this is the front face right here. These 120s actually pop out like that. Pretty cool. And you can see all the innards. Alright. It's got 3 bays, and it's got a fan control up here. I don't have this top one connected up, but this fan control does the two top fans, the two top exhaust fans and the rear exhaust fan. Gives it a little bit more power. You can turn it up when you're gaming. I have a drawer on this one. You could take this drawer out if you didn't like it and put something else in here. You can put anything that you want to charge in there or whatnot. Here's the Asus Blu-ray disc drive. Very nice. And I'm going to talk about that bay in a sec. Top ventilation. That pops up right there. Very neat. And the front USBs are right there. You got two 2.0s, two 3.0s, headphones, microphone. I'm going to go ahead and show you the back. It's kind of dark in here, so I got a flashlight. Alright, on the back of the motherboard, you have the two USB charge ports, 4 3.0s, HDMI, DisplayPort, digital optical, and then you have 4 more 3.0 ports here, internet, and there's for your onboard sound. So this motherboard, I love it. It doesn't have anything unnecessary. It has tons of ports, I think like 14. Let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 plus 4 more. Yeah, 14 USB ports, so plenty of opportunity to connect whatever you like. I'll show you down here. There is the GTX 980. It's got, I think, 3 display ports and an HDMI, which is what I use because I only have 1 monitor, which I'm not selling in this package because it's just like a couple $100 monitor, nothing fancy. I'm gonna keep that. Here's the 860 or AX 860 power supply by Corsair, modulated, awesome. And then the Sound Blaster Z sound card, it has a digital, or has an optical input output, and all the components for your surround sound plus microphone and line in if you wanted to do some recording or something like that if you're into music. All right, let's go ahead and open it up. All right, I hope this camera does justice. It is absolutely beautiful. The door, I unplugged the fan to take the door completely off. You don't have to do that. I have this fan, these two, and the door fan connected to the motherboard. And then these three exhaust fans right here on top are connected to that fan switch on the front over here. Just starting down here again, it's the AX860, red and black. It's fully modulated, and I have the extra module, or the extra cables if you wanted to add anything. Definitely will support SLI with the GTX 980. It's a very power efficient card. Let me see if I can, it's kind of dark down there, can't really see. I don't know what to do with my flashlight. Okay, so here we go. This one's pulling in cold air from the bottom. These two are pulling from the front. These two 120s. These two 140s are pushing out the top. This 140 is pushing out the back. So it has magnificent airflow. It just goes right through, no problem. With this thing on the desk right here, I like Battlefield 3. I play it on Ultra. And it doesn't even get hot at all, so might have something to do with this vapor chamber that I have here. It's a really neat heatsink, fits in this case just perfectly, matches very well. Then so we got the power supply here. This is the GTX 980, awesome card. Here's my Sound Blaster Z sound card, really amps up the sound. I'll show you a little bit about that in a second. If you did want to run SLI, you would have to remove this sound card, and that's where you would put your other graphics card right up there in that express port, you can see. Okay, and then up top it's the let's see, the GPU. Don't want to get the names confused. I'm sorry, the CPU, it's the i7-4790K. It has great reviews for its price and performance. Took me a while to select the CPU that I wanted, but after that, the price really jumps up into the 500s and 1000s or whatnot. So it's a good price performance CPU by Intel, 4-core. Doesn't have a problem running anything that you throw at it. And then you're probably wondering, okay, where's the hard drives? There's nothing here. It's completely open. There's no wires. It's beautifully wired. I took the time. I'm very particular about how the wires run. So you have no wires in here. Where are the hard drives? Oh, I have the Samsung 850 Pro hanging out right here. That is a 1 terabyte solid state drive. It's a high-end SSD card. Really all you might need. You can easily put another hard drive in here. I'm going to show you that in a sec. Let's see. That's about it for the interior. Very clean, very nice. All the components that came with the case, I still have. All the intake fans have dust screens. I don't really think they're necessary, but they're all here if you wanted to put them on. The manual that'll show you, how to do everything. This is one of the hard drive brackets. It goes in right down here if you wanted to put that in. I don't think it's necessary. You could mount another SSD right here if you wanted to and keep that airflow. Here's the bay covers, extra feet, Or these might be to close up the, yeah, it's to put right here for the liquid cooling holes if you wanted to close those up. Here's the rear bay covers, hard drive slots, more hard drive hardware. The structural integrity of the case is not compromised by taking all it out. It's a very sturdy case, very heavy, very nice. So that's everything here that came with the case. I don't have the original box for the Deep Silence one, but I have everything that it came with, including the manual. All right. So coming in to the desktop, swipe clean. I'll show you how fast the internet pops up. Ready to go. Right there. You can just type right in. Very, very fast. You're not waiting around for anything on this computer. Okay, so just to show you the Sound Blaster Z, it's got this interface right down here. It's got some pretty neat things. You can do some vocal effects if you're into that. Scout mode is something you can read about because I have all the manuals and everything. It turns up all the sounds that are very like people walking up behind you and stuff. Kind of fun to mess around with. I don't use it, but it's cool. And here's all your, you can do speakers, and it's got Dolby Digital if you want to connect to digital, DTS here, cinema mode, all sorts of great stuff. Here's your mixer. You control all that. You can custom equalize. But right here, the SPX Pro Studio. If you turn this on, you can turn your surround sound crystallizer. It makes everything more clear. See, it lights up on there. This is a little video. It talks about Sound Blaster Z. So it's an awesome little audio boost card. It's got that red glow down there. But like I said, if you did want to run SLI, you'd probably have to take that out. I don't have two graphics cards, so I'm not exactly sure. I know this motherboard supports SLI. It comes with the SLI piece, which I'll show you. And that's the Sound Blaster Z there. Pretty neat. And then let's go ahead and I'll show you computer. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Here's the 1 terabyte. Plenty of space. Nothing on it. Alright, system. There, right there. Intel Core i7 4790K CPU running at 4 gigahertz. 16 gigabytes of installed RAM, which is more than enough for anything. It's right over here. The two Vengeance 8 gigabytes. There's 2 empty slots in case you wanted to install more. Like I say, not necessary. 16 gigabytes is plenty of RAM for all of the needs. Beautiful chip right there on the Z97. Okay. I haven't messed around on Windows 10 yet, but so far I really like it. It's kind of a combination of Windows 7 and Windows 8.1. You have your menu right here and then your tiles, and you can delete all of those. Everything on here is stock. What I would do is go in and delete all of this. This is completely unnecessary, but I don't know. You might want to use it. It's up to you, obviously. Let's go ahead and I'll restart so we can go into BIOS. Here's the BIOS screen for the MSI Z97, excellent gaming series keyboard. I have never overclocked, so I haven't messed with any of this. Here's your settings. If you wanted to change something here, you can have these overclocking profiles. Like I said, all the manuals are included. I have a lot of the boxes for the components, so I'll show you. And then you can pull this monitor hardware up and monitor all the fans that are plugged into the motherboard that I was telling you about. This is a really neat feature, Board Explorer. Running around on the motherboard, we'll start from the SATA ports. You can see it shows you the 2 ports. That has my Asus CD-ROM, and there's that Samsung SSD 850 Pro 1 terabyte. And then here's the installed RAM cards, 1, 2, DDR3, and here's the CPU, i7 4790K, 4 gigahertz, excellent processor. And over here, it tells you what's in all of your slots. I have nothing really plugged in except for, let's see, there's the keyboard, and right here is the chroma. It shows I have the internet plugged in. That's all I have plugged into the motherboard in the rear right now. So pretty awesome feature to sit there and go through the board. Oh, here's the slot with the Creative Sound Blaster Z. Here is the GTX 980. I don't know if you'd be able to SLI these 2 ports, considering how large the GTX 980 is, but I know you'd be able to do it right here and right here. And you might be able to move that Sound Blaster to one of these. I haven't tried it, so like I said, I don't know. Even if you did have to get rid of the sound card, you can see right here, Audio Boost technology. The board does come with some pretty good Audio Boost sound on it already. If you had to get rid of the Sound Blaster Z, if you wanted to SLI, I have the box for the Sound Blaster Z. You could put it right back in and sell it if you didn't want to use it. I recommend using it. It's an awesome little card. Nice addition to a gaming PC. Alright, let's go ahead and look at some of the component boxes. I hope this camera does justice, because it is really just a beautiful PC. Everything is just red and black, aesthetically appealing. Sorry about that mess over there. That's my other laptop. I'm selling it because I just don't need a gaming PC right now. I hope somebody gets to enjoy this build. It's exactly what I wanted. So I didn't cut corners or, go like, oh, I don't want this. I went ahead with the GTX 980. I know the 970 is pretty competitive, but I wanted that extra 10% that it has or whatnot. Very efficient card. Easily run SLI with this power supply, the 860 watt. Let's go ahead and check out this over here. So for the boxes, I have the original graphics card box with everything in it, the original keyboard box, the original power supply box, the original motherboard, the Sound Blaster Z. I even have the box for the vapor chamber with all the components if you ever wanted to change motherboards or anything. I have the original box for the SSD. I don't have the box for the mouse, but I have the manual and the stickers. I'm also throwing in these Logitech headphones. I really like them. I even have this. This is the box for the mouse pad that I'm throwing in as well. And I'm giving this, it's just a joystick. It should work fine. I haven't used it for a long time, but you know, it is free. I'm throwing it in, so there you go there. Oh, running back to the keyboard, I forgot to mention. So you don't have to. I'm gonna do two separate prices, one with just the PC itself and one with the PC and the mouse and the keyboard. This is the K70, the Corsair K70 Cherry Blue, or Cherry MX Blue keys. It's pretty neat. Running through, it comes with these contoured keys for gaming, but you can easily switch them out. You see I have them all laid out right here with the key puller, the 1 through 6 and the WASD. So they're kind of contoured, gives it a little bit cooler feel there when you're gaming. Up here on the top, it's a pretty simple keyboard, but it is very nice. It's got this brushed metal look. The keys are raised up, so it has this really cool underglow. There's the Cherry MX Blue with the LED. Oops. Set that back on there. This rest, I really like it, but it does come off in case you don't want to use that. It comes off, and it looks really nice without it on there as well. And then on the top here, you can hit this button and it lights up just the gaming keys here. This one controls the level. That's LEDs off if you don't feel like looking at them. 1, 2, 3 brightness. This locks the window key over here, so you don't actually go into Windows while you're gaming. Has media controls. This controls the volume. I'll show you that real quick. So just by turning this dial, you can manipulate the volume right there. And then you can mute it right there. And then more media keys. Numpad, I like using the numpad, so there it is right there. Awesome keyboard. It makes a little click. Most of what you're hearing is the key bottoming out, but there is a little audible click. It kind of gives you like a scientific feel, I guess you could say, if that makes any sense. I really like it. I really like interaction while I'm gaming with the keyboard itself. The Death Adder, so this is the Chroma. I think the Death Adder is one of the best mouse. It always has fit nicely in my hand, real smooth, light. The click is very nice on it. It's got the middle click. I don't know if the wheel goes, I think the wheel goes side to side, I'm not sure. I know it goes up and down, roll, and then it's got 2 side buttons there. Not a ton of buttons to go crazy over, but an excellent gaming mouse. My favorite. I've had several mouses. I'm throwing in this nice mouse pad here too. It's got a little dragon on it. So everything matches here, you can see, and then this is such a beautiful, beautiful build. Alright, let's look at some of the product boxes. So I have most of the product boxes here minus the CPU, just a little Intel box, the RAM, and there's one other, the disk drive. Other than that, everything is here. Let's go ahead and start with chamber. So real quick, I'm just showing you that I have the box with the install manual and everything and all the components. If for whatever reason you decided to change motherboards or put it on something else, it's basically brand new. Here, ready to go. SSD. Original box to the 850 Pro. Install CD, which you don't really even need. It's just plug and go. Manual and everything. Here is some stickers if you wanted to use those as well. So original SSD box. The Sound Blaster Z. Everything's here in case you decided to not use it or for whatever reason you needed the manual. install CD, and the little microphone it comes with. It's got some pretty cool features that I'm not going to get into right now though. It's that one. The Z97 MSI. Again, everything is here, including little extras that I didn't use. Here's an extra SATA cable. Got the manual, install CDs, wire labels if you needed to use those. That's the CPU install. I have the CPU cover still. I also have the copy of Microsoft that I downloaded. It was originally Windows, I don't know if you can see that, Windows 8.1. Let me pull it out. So this is the genuine Windows 8.1 copy. There's nothing bootlegged here. It's licensed software, and I did go ahead and do the free Windows 10 upgrade that they offered, so there's that. Alright, the Corsair AX860 fully modulated power supply. So I have the manual and everything, plus all these other cables that you can use to SLI or add whatever you needed to add, all here. So I'm not going to open up the K70 box because there's not much to look at. Last but not least, the GTX 980 Strix. This really is a nice box. Here it is where it's all the install CD. Here's a SLI cable. I forgot to show you, but the motherboard also came with the SLI. You needed some adapters that you won't need. So everything. Let's see. More software. I even have the other stickers if you didn't like the red ones. Everything here. Even the original packaging for the graphics card itself. Thank you, Asus. Okay guys, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I know you're gonna love this PC build as I did. I apologize, I did say Asus. I know it's pronounced Asus. I don't know why I do that. And I did repeat a couple things. Sorry about that as well. Like I say, I'm gonna sell the PC with the keyboard, the mouse, the joystick, headphones for a price, and then I'm gonna sell just the PC itself with the joystick and headphones for a different price in case you had a keyboard that you already liked. You know, I know those are really user specific, so that's why I'm doing it like that. Anyhow, beautiful, absolutely beautiful build. Feel free to call or text me if you have any questions. I'm not too technical, but I'm sure I can figure it out. And like I say again, thank you, and I hope you really enjoy this build as much as I did.